In the end, Hodor regained his consciousness and understood his situation, yet he still chose to hold the door, choosing death. When Bran went back in time without the three-eyed raven's knowledge, he unexpectedly traveled to the far north and encountered the army of the dead and the Night King. The moment their eyes met, Bran realized in horror that the Whites had come to life. But before he could return to the present, the Night King attacked him, leaving a mark on his arm. With this mark, the protective magic of the cave would no longer work. The three-eyed raven told Meera and Hodor to leave first. He needed to make Bran the new three-eyed raven before the Night King arrived. But as soon as they began the process, the White Walkers surrounded the cave. The Night King touched the ground, releasing a surge of violent energy that shattered the magical barrier. The children of the forest told Meera to take Bran and escape. At the same time, the Night King gave the order, and the army of the dead charged forward. The magical projectiles had no effect on the Night King. Facing the White Walkers, the children of the forest lit a wall of fire and retreated into the cave to defend themselves. However, the Night King and his White Walker commanders were immune to the flames. Meera, who had returned, tried to wake Bran, but it was no use. Bran had already returned to Winterfell in the past. Meera continued calling out to him and eventually reached his consciousness. Guided by the three-eyed raven, Bran warged into the present-day Hodor from the past. Hodor then lifted Bran and Meera and ran toward another exit. Meanwhile, the Night King found the physical body of the three-eyed raven. At that moment, Hodor pushed open the door and safely carried Bran out. Then he used his own body to block the Whites. From the moment young Wylis had his seizure, the entire meaning and value of his life came down to those final words, "Hold the door." In the end, Hodor must have regained his awareness and understood his fate. Yet he remained pure-hearted. Acting on his own will, he still chose to hold the door. He still chose death. This was not only Bran's choice or history's choice, it was Wylis's choice.